Good Morning Gwinnett, a division of Noise Media Network, hosted by Audrey Bell Kearney, sharing stories about people and places around beautiful Gwinnett County and beyond. Monday through Thursday at 10 a.m. Southern living at its best.
Good morning, all my Gwinnetians out there in Gwinnett land and all of you around the world listening to the sound of my voice. It's a beautiful day here in Gwinnett County. It's already, listen y'all, it is already 81 degrees. It's like 10 o'clock and it's already 81 degrees. It's going up to a high of 89, so we are in for a pretty warm day today. And but listen, that's a good thing. There's no chance of rain in the forecast. That's always a good thing. All right, so glad to be here with you today. It's Hump Day, baby. Y'all, you have made it to the middle. It is Hump Day, so welcome to Hump Day. It's Wednesday. Today is also National Blueberry Cheesecake Day. Oh my God, if you like blueberry cheesecake, go get you a piece. I like cheesecake, but I like nothing on my cheesecake. I think the only thing I may have had on my cheesecake one time that I liked, and I would probably eat it again, but I probably would never just order it. If it came that way, I would eat it, is pecans, caramel, and I had whipped cream. Not all together, but at different times. Like I had cheesecake with pecans and caramel, and then I had cheesecake with whipped cream. But I don't like fruit on my cheesecake. I don't like anything on my cheesecake. I did have, though, I got to tell y'all this. So whenever I go to Barnes & Noble and I haven't eaten lunch yet, I have one or two things. And I haven't had this in a long time because Barnes & Noble, with the pandemic, I've only been to Barnes & Noble once in a year, which is totally not me. But I went a couple of weeks ago and I didn't have anything because I wasn't sure whether or not they were serving anything because of the whole pandemic and everything being shut down. But anyway, I normally have two things when I do go. Either a piece of cheesecake, red velvet cheesecake, which I absolutely love at Barnes & Noble, only Barnes & Noble, and I think they get it from the Cheesecake Factory. Or I have the spinach quiche. So those are the two things I have when I go to Barnes & Noble. So if I'm trying to do lunch or something like that, I was like, you know what, let me get me a piece of cheesecake and let me get a piece of quiche, which I absolutely love. So anyway, it is also National Paper Airplane Day and National Senior Health and Fitness Day. So if you are a senior with your silver shoes on, get out and do some walking today. We just started a challenge, me and my husband and two of our friends. And so we put in $50. It's a weight loss challenge for the next 90 days. It's a 90-day weight loss challenge, and we just started that because, we all want to get healthier. And so my husband started doing it at his job with his coworkers. And I was like, shoot, we should do it at home too. So he's in the challenge at work. He's in the challenge at home with me and two of my friends. And so we all weighed in yesterday. And it was so funny because I can't tell what to comment in because it was hilarious, but it was hilarious. I was like, you so stupid. But we all doing this weight loss challenge yesterday. And so 90 days. So every Tuesday we weigh in. And at the end of the 90 days, which is going to be sometime in August, the person that loses the most weight wins the pool. And the pool right now is $200. So that's a $200 spring. Well, maybe because it's going to be August, fall shopping spree. Not really a big shopping spree, but you can get you a couple of jackets and, but depending on where you are. I'm in Georgia, so I bought a coat in March to go home to New Jersey because we had to go to a funeral. And I didn't have a coat because I never wear a coat. I'm either in a sweater or a light jacket all winter long in Georgia. All winter, because I think most of the time we may have maybe 1-2 cold weeks out of the whole winter. I'm talking about cold where you need a coat. And when it gets that cold, I rarely go outside the door. But anyway, let's go ahead and get on with our horoscopes, brought to you by noted astrologer Micah Thyssen for today, Wednesday, May the 26th. We're going to kick it off like we always do, and that is with Aries. You need to make your environment a better place with more comforts and a better entertainment center. Pleasure trips or friendly get-togethers will be satisfying and intellectually stimulating. Your talents are likely to be discovered. Listen, your talents are going to be discovered. Keep doing what you got to do, Aries. They're going to be discovered. Here's the thing. If you stop, you ruin the chance of being discovered. That's what normally happens. People normally stop what they're doing because it's too hard. It doesn't look like it's going to be prosperous. Just keep doing it. Listen, I do this show every day. One day somebody's going to discover me. I'm just kidding. I discovered myself. I did, though. For real, I did. I didn't know what I was smart, and I didn't know what I wanted to do, so I had to discover myself. I did. I had to figure out who I was and what I wanted, and I discovered myself. And so sometimes you have to discover yourself. But if you're waiting for somebody to discover you, keep doing what you got to do, and then one day they're going to discover you. They're going to see your talents. Taurus, be sure to take care of the needs of youngsters. They will not have the patience to wait for you to complete things that they ask you to do. Turn your present relationship around or start a new one. Listen, turn your present relationship around, which is probably going to take some work. Here's what I'm going to say, Taurus. You can turn that relationship around because you put in the work, or you can start a new one. Now, that being said, understand that all relationships have problems. Every one of them. I don't know nobody that has a perfect relationship. Not a person. Not a person on God's green earth has perfect relationships. So even though you may think of starting a new one because you can't turn this one is so tough, just know that in the new relationship, you could face the same kind of issues or different issues, but there will be problems. So look at your relationship that you're in right now and look at it and see if it can be fixed. Because sometimes you can just fix it. That could be just a simple conversation. And a lot of times people don't even want to put in the time to do the conversation. I asked one lady one time, I said, why did you get a divorce? She said, we weren't communicating. Now, to me, I'm thinking, why not just communicate? Now, I do understand if you are with someone who have a terrible problem communicating, because some people just can't communicate no matter what. And you be trying to pull it out of them. That could be a problem. So if she got to the point where she just couldn't communicate. But I wonder, did you do everything you could? And once you feel like, what, I've done all I could for this relationship, then bounce. Go find you a new love. Look, life is short to be miserable. I'll live by that. Gemini, loss is evident if you don't consider all the angels. Oh, if you can't get away, make plans to do something special with relatives or friends. You will enjoy travel and getting together with peers. Okay, sound like a party week. Today sound like one of them days where it's just about getting together, hanging out, having fun. Yeah, get together with your peers, have some fun. That's a good thing. I may go over to Social Proof Studio today. They're gonna be doing a live taping. If you guys have not heard of the Social Proof podcast, check it out. I love that podcast. It's a video podcast, and I watch it because they have some amazing people on there that tell it just like it is. They tell the truth about their struggles in starting this business. They tell the truth about their money, like what kind of money they make. I love it. I think it's amazing. Social Proof podcast. It's really cool. I watch it on YouTube all the time because I learn a lot. Trust me, when David Shands has on guests that are really cool, and they share a lot of information. So check it out. He asks the hard questions. I watched one last night with Spectacular Smith, and I've seen stuff with him before. I just love him. I think what he does is so amazing. I just love him, and he you could tell he's passionate about his business. So if you don't know who Spectacular Smith is, he was Pretty Ricky. I didn't know that. I didn't know. Like, I heard the first interview with him, somebody else did it, and I thought he was like the promoter for Pretty Ricky. Now, when you look at him, he could definitely be a Pretty Ricky, for real. But I thought he was a promoter for Pretty Ricky, and come to find out, he became Pretty Ricky. And but then I found that out yesterday. I think the first interview I heard him talk about, he was like, I was promoting Pretty Ricky, and I thought he was talking about somebody else. I didn't know he was actually Pretty Ricky. Now he's like this Inc. 5,500 multi-millionaire mogul in the making. Well, he's doing some great things. So check out the podcast. I think Social Proof is a wonderful podcast. Like, I love what I do. I love podcasting. That's why I do this one. That's why I'm launching Wise Women Invest, to share more information, to help people, to empower people, to educate people. And so check it out. I love it. David Shands over at David Never Sleeps, and also Social Proof Podcast. I love that podcast. There are quite a few podcasts that I listen to. I listen to Smart Passive Income. I listen to Entrepreneur on Fire. Those are my favorites. Those are the ones I listen to the most. I listen to the marketing. What is it? Marketer of the Day. I've been on that podcast before. I listen to that podcast. So I listen to probably about 5 podcasts consistently on a regular basis. And Social Proof, Smart Passive Income, Entrepreneur on Fire, Marketer of the Day. Those are the ones I listen to the most. But I probably listen to Social Proof more than all of them because I really like it a lot. Anyway, Cancer. Try to channel your energy into professional endeavors. Your bank book will suffer, and your restrictions will put a damper on your relationship. You will have opportunities to advance, but you may have to be willing to make some changes and possibly residential moves. So some opportunities are coming your way, Cancer, and you may have to make some real strong some changes, or you may even have to move, and you got to really think that thing through before you jump out there. Make sure it's something that you care about, something that you want to do, something that is worth making a move for. Do your research. And sometimes just may need to make a few changes. And that change may be to learn something new, take a training, make some changes to some things around your house. I don't know, but be open to change and the possibilities. Leo, females may put demands and added responsibilities on you. Opportunities for new partnerships will develop through the organizations you encounter. Your childlike quality may get you into big trouble today if you neglect your responsibilities. I know you want to be a big kid today, Leo. You want to go out. It's 81 degrees here in Georgia. Yes, 81. It's going to be 89. You want to go out in the sunshine, go walk on the square. Yeah, but that could get you into trouble because you're not taking care of your responsibilities. So here's what you do. Handle your business first, then have fun. Then you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to worry about not having fun because you're feeling stressed out because you didn't handle your business first. Handle your business first, then have some fun. Virgo, you have to do a lot of running around today, so be prepared to fall short of your expectations. Think before you act if you wish to avoid friction. Some time spent with that special someone should be your intent. Yep. Spend some time with them. Yeah, spend some time. Think before you act to avoid friction. Yeah, think twice. Matter of fact, think 3 times. You don't want any friction? Think first. Sometimes we just say things, do things without thinking about it. And then you got to go back and suffer the repercussions of your actions because you didn't think it through. Think it through. Think first. All right, I'm going to a song. I'll be right back after this song to give you more of the horoscopes brought to you by noted astrologer Micah Thies. Stay tuned.
I ran away from heartbreak. Got nothing in return from my pain. I never thought I'd be so empty, so alone and afraid. Wasn't looking for a lover. Nobody understood where I've been. I guess I thought I needed more time to protect my love from potential offense. So I didn't you and you, but I so you and I'm not surprised by what I found, 'cause I know I needed something different. Out of the blue, somebody who would listen. Out of all the people to revive my love, couldn't be just anyone. My baby, it had to be you. I didn't seem to notice that you were checking for me. We were just friends, but we started building trust and my fragile heart started to bend. Yeah, I should have paid attention. You would have been the obvious choice, but I needed time to see clearly, dig deep and cut through the noise. So I then you and you, but I so you and not surprised by what I found, 'cause I know I needed something different. Out of the blue, somebody who was listening. Out of all the people to revive my love, couldn't be just anyone. My baby, it had to be you.
Welcome back. It's your girl Audrey Bell Kearney giving you the daily horoscopes brought to you by noted astrologer Micah Thies. We're going to pick it up with Libra. Avoid being intimately involved with clients or colleagues. Lovers may prove unworthy of your affection. Be prepared to counteract the damage that adversaries are about to create. Oh man, you got some adversaries about to create some ruckus for you. Be prepared. If you stay prepared, you don't have to get prepared. Always know that. If you stay prepared, you don't have to get prepared. And you got some people conspiring against you right now, so you need to be prepared, Libra. Scorpio, you can expect insincere gestures of friendliness today. You are best to sit back and think it through rather than add to the ranting and raving. The stamina you possesses will be apparent in your approach to your hobbies and creative projects. Yes, listen, don't add to the problem. Forget all the ranting and raving. It doesn't help. It doesn't help, Scorpio. So don't add to the problem. Sit back, take a minute. Matter of fact, take 2. Think it through. Just don't get all in a huff of the puff like everybody else. Just let them do all that. You don't do that today. You think it through and say, you know what? I'm going to let y'all go ahead and deal with that. I'm going to go on over here and I'm going to woo-saw for a second. You know what I'm saying? Sagittarius, you can make changes that will enhance your appearance. Try to understand both sides of the issue before taking sides. Changes regarding family members will set you off. Oh my goodness. What is going on today? I know when you mess with our families, yeah, it's going to be problems. So something's going to happen today, Sagittarius, that's going to set you off that has to do with your family. So here's what I would say. Try to get ahead of the problem before it sets you off, right? Try to get all the information before it sets you off. Try to talk it through before it sets you off. You know that it's going to set you off ahead of time, so try to get in front of that problem. Capricorn, you can get support from groups that you belong to if you're willing to step out on a limb and voice your opinions. Travel should be on your mind. Do not lend money to friends or contribute more than necessary to groups unworthy of your cash. Do not, Capricorn, not today, lend money to your friends or contribute to groups that are unworthy of your money. Money is hard to come by sometimes. That's a mindset. Money flows to me easily in a relaxed manner, in a healthy and positive way for the highest good of all. That's one of my mantras I say. One of my affirmations. So money is not hard to come by, but you want to respect it and not give it to people who are unworthy. Respect the money. Respect the dollar. All right? Aquarius, an older loved one may be having problems. You must be sure not to be frivolous. Because as the sayings go, easy come, easy go. Don't be frivolous. Easy come, easy go. All right. New romantic partners may attend a function that puts you in the limelight. Somebody's going to be there when you get inside. Step into the light. Step into the, what was that poetry, guys? Step into the light, Carol Ann. When you step into the light today, Miss Aquarius, somebody's there watching you. And it could be somebody with some new romance. Yes, a new romantic partner. You got summer love, baby. Summer love. Easy like Sunday morning. Yes. Pisces, my fellow fish Pisces. Try to accommodate them without infringing on your own responsibilities. Don't exaggerate. You can't win and they won't listen. I ain't trying to make nobody listen to me. Let me tell you something. When I see people going on and on, I let them talk. I don't even try to win. I'm like, yeah, so this is one of them conversations I ain't going to win. So I get real quiet like this. And I don't say a word. I just let them talk. Because here's the thing. I already know I'm not going to win. So why even put myself in a situation where I know I'm not going to win? I'm not going to change their mind. I'm not going to win. They're not listening to me. Why bother? So fish, I don't know about you, but that's my attitude for today. And don't exaggerate. To me, exaggerate means don't lie. Because here's the thing. The truth is the truth. And when you add stuff to it to embellish the truth, that becomes a lie. So that's the exaggeration side. Don't lie. Not today, fish. All right? Not any day. You got to be a person of integrity. You got to be. I remember I told you guys yesterday I went to the celebration of Marvelous Marvin Hagler's life this past weekend in Boston. And the one thing that people kept saying about him, two things they kept saying when they got up and spoke about him, was a person of integrity and a person of loyalty. Be a person of integrity, fish. I try to be every day. I was telling I think it was my husband yesterday or somebody. My mom, I will always do things that were right, and she would clown me. Like she was like, you gave it back, didn't you? I'd be like, yep. She would say stuff like, you gave it to him. Like I remember one time we were living in New Jersey, and I had pulled into my driveway. It had snowed on the ground, and this little old white lady, she was walking down the street, and I saw her walk past the house, and my driveway was far. Like you had to drive up in the driveway and drive to the back of the driveway. So I walked up the driveway. Went through the driveway, and I came out. I was walking down the driveway to go through the front door, and I don't know why I was going through the front door that day, because I normally went in the back door. I don't know why I went to the front door, but anyway, I was going to the front door, and she started to walk up my driveway. I'm like, where is she going? Right? So she walked up to me, and she said, "Hey, how you doing?" She said, "I got to go pick up my prescriptions, and it costs $40. I don't have the $40." And at that time, I think I had just come from the store, and all I had on me was like $10. And so I said, well, I don't have $40 on me, but here's $10, and I gave her the $10. Now, she could have been punking me. She could have been. But listen, at the end of the day, that could have been an angel, for all as I knew. And I gave her the $10. So my mom, when I got upstairs, I told her and my husband about the story. So my mom said, you gave her the $40, didn't you? And I was like, nope, because I only had 10. It was hilarious. But that would happen all the time. All the time. I went to the store one time. This is when they used to, I don't even know if they make Intimate cookies anymore, but I used to love Intimate chocolate chip cookies. And the lady forgot to charge me for the cookies. And I said to her, oh, you forgot to charge me for these. And so my mom said, and you told her, didn't you? I was like, yep, I sure did. Because here's the thing, I believe in karma. What goes around comes around. That's what I believe, And you have to ask God for forgiveness for the things you do wrong. And listen, I am by no means, not any, perfect at all. However, I try to be a person of integrity, and I'm definitely loyal, sometimes to a fault. Here's the thing, though. Once you ruin that loyalty, I ain't loyal no more. I ain't loyal. I feel like I hear Chris Brown playing in my head right now. Ain't loyal. Nah, I ain't loyal no more. But until that time, I am loyal. All right, let's get on with that's all the horoscopes I got for today. I'll be back again tomorrow at 10 o'clock. And I have a guest because, tomorrow's Spotlight Thursday. I have a guest as well. I'll be back to bring you your horoscopes and news first. And at 10:30, I bring my guests to the stage to talk about what's going on in their business. So stay tuned for that. Now let's get on to some news that you can use. Yes. So right now, Lawrenceville, the development and construction going on here in Gwinnett County, especially Lawrenceville, we have our new art center that's, oh my God, it's so nice. Like I can only see like the front of it, but that's being built. And there's also they're also planning development to build a what do you call it? I don't even know what you call it. It's almost like a corridor between the college, Georgia Gwinnett College, and downtown Lawrenceville, which I think is pretty cool. And so right now there are a lot of developers interested in that, and as a part of that extension, there are going to be mixed-use development there. There's going to be restaurants there, stores there, all and homes, all this stuff right in this corridor that's coming along. So officials in the Gwinnett County City say they foresee the recently opened 1.5-mile stretch becoming a hub for redevelopment, branding the 2-lane road and the area around the college corridor. It will only link to 2 popular areas of Lawrenceville, but it will allow the city to expand to the new retail, office spaces, and mixed single-family homes and townhouses. So it's going to be all of that in that 1.5-mile stretch that's connecting Georgia Gwinnett College to downtown Lawrenceville. I think that's pretty cool, in the Collins Hill extension. So it's going to be well traveled by students and investors and real estate. Everybody wants they want in on this. I think it's pretty cool. We're going to have that connection right there. And this is going to give students the opportunity to be able to walk downtown Lawrenceville, especially those who are really health conscious. Like someone's like, I'm not walking, I don't care, I'm an Uber, I'm going to get a Lyft. But for some, they'll walk it or bike it, and I think that's pretty cool. The project is $30 million. It's going to include pocket parks along the corridor, as well as a playground for existing neighborhoods along Northdale Road. In addition to large sidewalks, the road will also have a bike lane and multi-use trails. So it's going to be pretty cool. Listen, I love Lawrenceville. It's who I am. It's what I love. Well, let me just say this. Look like the community there's a zipper on it, like zip it up. So the Gwinnett County Board of Education recently set a 90-minute limit to the public comment period of its monthly meetings. Board members plan to schedule additional meetings to hear from constituents. It's so cool. It's so crazy because people are pissed off because they say, you know what, you're silencing us. So the board voted 3-2 in favor of Therese Johnson's motion to approve the policy revisions containing the new limit. That means that there's only 90 minutes for people to get up there and say something. Here's what I could tell you. I know you want to open to the public, and I know people have stuff to say, but sometimes some people don't have too much good stuff to say. It's just a bunch of rambling on and on. that takes time. And if you don't want to be rude, you want to give them the opportunity to speak. But sometimes people just ramble. And I know this for a fact because I have moderated a couple of events, maybe 3 or 4, where people get up to the microphone. It's like it's almost like it's their 15 minutes of fame or 15 seconds of fame. And instead of getting up there saying something that's really important, they just start rambling about other stuff that makes no sense. That takes up time. And so the school board says, you know what, we're not going to give more than 90 minutes. So you need to get up and say what you got to say and sit back down. So they have put a zipper on the public, but you got 90 minutes. Get your point across in about a minute so that other people can get up there and talk. Because sometimes people would just get up, they want to complain. What the questions that they're asking won't get answered at that meeting. They won't take no for an answer. They want to fight about it. And the board has said you got 90 minutes total. Not 90 minutes per person, 90 minutes total for comments from the public. The public is saying you're trying to shut us up. You're trying to silence us. You're trying to take away our right to free speech. All of these things. But if some people just got up there and spoke and sat down, it wouldn't have to be a time on it, and I get it. I probably would have voted against that. I probably would have voted, to shut it up. Stop talking so much. Just get your point across. A lot of times people don't do that. I know they don't. I've been moderating panels and discussions, and people just be rambling. And I don't want to be rude and say, listen, you need to sit down. Your time is up, right? And so I think the best thing to do is to give them a timer. Because when the timer goes off, you don't have to say anything. I was on a call, mastermind call. I do mastermind every morning at 8:00, and it was a guy. He was doing some kind of exercise. It was pretty cool, right? But they gave him 5 minutes to do it. He wanted to do an exercise move with your mind and your body and tapping and all this kind of stuff. But those of you who don't know what tapping is, check it out. It's called EFT, and you tap certain points, like points on your head and things like that, to relieve tension and to calm you down. So people who suffer from anxieties and stress and things like that, there are certain places that you can tap and calm yourself down. So he was like under your eyes is one, over the top of your eyes, on your temple is one, on your hand right here is one. Like these are all points. I forgot what you call them, some kind of pressure points. But anyway, he wanted to show us how to do some things, and it was really cool. But the thing was, he only had 5 minutes, and when the clock went off, it was like, it sounded like an alarm. Your 5 minutes is up. So, sometimes you just got to put a timer on it. And so right now, the revised policy also sets a 30-person limit on the number of speakers at each meeting. The slots will be filled on a first-come, first-served basis for those who sign up on the school district website. So you got 90 minutes. That give each person 3 minutes to get their point across. That's it. So that's how that breaks down. It's a 90-minute window for public comments. And it's only 30 people that's going to get a chance to comment, and that only gives you 3 minutes per person. That's how that breaks down. And here's the problem. If you get up there and talk 7 minutes, you done ate up somebody's time. Say what you got to say, sit down, let it get answered so the next person can get their questions answered. People won't do that. I don't care. Even though I know they put this in place, I don't know how it's going to be restricted unless they're just going to get up and walk out the room. Because I already know some people are still going to be talking. I already know. Man, I'm so happy for the students, the graduates, but the ones that are graduating this year. I'm so happy for them. Last year was so rough. I'm going to talk about them. I'm going to go to a song. I'll be right back after the song and talk about that because last year was such a rough time. So I'm glad for them. I'm going to a song. I'll be right back after the song.
It's not intelligent, drinking for the hell of it, but that's irrelevant now. We should talk about us. How come we're holding on? Cause really I don't see the benefits now. And you broke up my trust, so I just wonder, why do I fall back to you? Really nothing I can do about it. Why do I fall back to you? It's like you're a drug to me, I can't quit. It's not like we're still 22, trying something new just to pass time. I don't think that we ever could work this out. None of it makes sense, there's no reason why I have to fall back to you.
Welcome back. It's your girl Audrey Bell Kearney giving you the daily rundown of what's going on in and around Gwinnett County. So more than 13,000 students are going to graduate this week from Gwinnett County Public Schools. Whew, that's a lot of kids, y'all. That's a lot of kids that's going to get to walk this week. I'm so excited for them because last year was such a hard year. I felt so bad for the seniors. I felt so bad for them not being able to graduate in person. I felt so bad because they couldn't go to the prom last year. I just, because those are the things you look for as a senior. You know what I mean? Like when you have gone 4 years through college, you're excited about senior day. You're excited about the senior trip. You're excited about the prom. You're excited about graduation. You're excited about all hanging out with your friends, saying goodbye, and the kids didn't get a chance to do any of that last year because the pandemic was in full force around that time, and so they had to do like video graduations. My nephew graduated from the 8th grade, and I remember signing on to the Zoom, me and my mom trying to watch it. It was literally over in 45 minutes. I was like, that is the fastest graduation I've ever gone to. And it wasn't the same, though. It wasn't even the same for the family members who are so proud and they want to see you do that walk. They want to see you, go to the prom. I remember when my daughter went to the prom. They do the showcase in the park. So the kids would get all dressed up at home and they would all go to the park in South Orange and they would walk the red carpet with their dates and people would take pictures. Oh, it was just so nice. And I just felt so bad. But this year, our kids are going to be able to walk, do their graduation in person. I'm happy for them. I'm so happy. More than 13,000. That is a lot of kids in Gwinnett County. 13,000 high school seniors at Gwinnett County Public Schools will receive their diplomas this week, with 7 schools having ceremonies today. That's part of the graduation schedule that goes through May the 31st. So let's give them a round of applause for a job well done. I'm so happy that you guys have made it this far and that you get to walk the stage. It's like it's always exciting to get ready for that next part of the next chapter in your life, and it's so exciting to help your kids get ready for that next chapter in their lives. And it's just so much going on right now. It's so many things going on in the world today. Like, I don't even know if parents have been able to prepare. If you started out in 9th grade preparing your child for like what the future looks like, you may be in a better place. But if you just started like last year, or you just got caught up and think, well, I got this year and the pandemic happened and you just lost all control because you were trying to make sure that you were right and you were able to put food on the table and you had a job to go to, I can just imagine there's some chaos going on right now in some families. And I pray that you work through it and you come out on the other end. I could tell you, for the students who are coming out of high school right now, I hope that you've had time over the last 4 years to discover who you are and to discover some of the things you really want to do and why you want to do it. When I was coming out of high school, I was talking to somebody the other day. As a matter of fact, I'm being interviewed tomorrow, and I was talking to the person that's going to interview me tomorrow on her show. And I said to her, I was a smart girl. Like, I was a person that was probably most likely to succeed, and I am. I'm successful in my own right. But when I got out of high school, I went to college. My guidance counselor told me to be an accountant. I graduated the top 25. I was graduated 22 out of a class of 275. Before I even got to high school, though, I won a scholarship to go to a private high school, but my mom didn't want me to leave home, so I went to public high school in Newark, New Jersey. I went to West Side. Graduated in the top 22. Now, coming out of junior high, I graduated number 2. I was salutatorian, and that's how I got the scholarship to go to private schools. 2 private schools, and my mom said, no, you're not going away from home, you're going to stay home and go to public high school, which sucked, but the Rough Rider family made me who I am. Like, I got the street knowledge, I got the business knowledge, I could do corporate, I'm kind of well-rounded right there. But anyway, when I got to college, my guidance counselor told me to be an accountant, right? I wish I had known that I could be an engineer. Nobody told me about that. He said, well, you're really good in math. Your grades in math look good. Your grades in science look good. You should be an accountant. And I'm like, oh, okay. And I went with that. And when I got to college, I hated all the stuff that I was taking that led to me being an accountant. I hated microeconomics, macroeconomics. I hated them. I failed them. And so after the first year, they kicked me out. And my mom was like, you up there playing around? I wasn't really playing around. That stuff just didn't interest me. And I didn't even know. I was like, man, I'm having a tough time with this. But I didn't apply myself. I didn't apply myself because I really didn't like I didn't like it. If someone had told me I could be an engineer or entrepreneur, I probably would have been like, yes, let's get it done. I had classes that I didn't care about. Like, I took sculpting. Now, I took sculpting because I want to be artsy. Y'all hear me talk about that all the time. I want to have some kind of art background. So I took sculpting. And I failed it because I wasn't consistent. I didn't go to class half the time. When I just put something together, it was like, even though I wanted to be artsy, I wasn't artsy, and it didn't hold my interest very long. And so I just pray that the young people, the 13,000 young people coming out of high school this week, I just pray that they've had some time to look at what their future could possibly look like, to look at what their dreams are, and not to follow somebody else's path. And I hope that someone has given them some great advice on how to choose their own path, because that's important. When you know how to choose your path, you have a better life. You have a more happier life, a life full of peace. Now, don't get it twisted. You're still going to have some bumps in the roads. You're still going to have some hurdles to cross. But at least it's on the path to living the life that you want to live. That's what's important. And so I hope that all of our 13,000 graduates have had the time to look at their lives and what it could be, and be grateful for where they've come from. Because the senior class last year could not walk because of the coronavirus. And so that's my prayer and wish for you guys. All right, let me go into this story. I got a story, y'all. This is I got two crazy stories. I got two crazy stories before I close out the show that I have to tell you about, because, oh Lord, I just tell you. Anyway, the first story is about this guy. He was a drug dealer, and he was on, I guess, social media, and he loved cheese. And so he put up this cheese called Mature Blue Stilton. Now, I love cheese too. He put this cheese up. He had a picture of the cheese up on, I guess, some social media, and his fingers was holding the cheese. Well, the police decided they were going to scan his fingerprints and found out he was a criminal. He was arrested. That is such a crazy story. Now this is a picture on social media of him holding a piece of cheese because he loves cheese, I guess. And because he did that, they took a picture of his fingerprint, of his fingers, and I guess ran it through the database. And now he's going to be doing 13 years and 6 months in prison. How nuts is that? Yeah, the photograph was discovered by police, and who used it to analyze his fingerprints and identify him. That's a crazy story. But here's the thing: everybody out there putting stuff on social media. I would not have ever thought that the police was up there scanning faces on social media and scanning fingerprints looking for criminals. And so, people put a whole bunch of stuff up there. And so, yeah, he's going to jail for 13 years. He was a drug dealer, 13 years and 6 months, who loved cheese. That's a crazy. I had to tell, but I got another story for you guys. This one is pretty crazy too. This story right here, there is a I gotta tell y'all, this is crazy too. There's a Buford man. He's faced with charges in the role of cattle and marijuana Ponzi scheme. He had a cattle and marijuana Ponzi scheme. Now, so what allegedly, Ron Martin, who's 57 years old, he was working with two other people. They had this large scale Ponzi scheme involving cattle and weed, right? And so they were having people send them money, and they were telling people that they were investing their money into cattle and weed. They were able to get people to send them more than $650 million from 2017 to 2019. $650 million. Now, what's crazy about that is, had they been legitimate, they could have made some amazing investments and helped a lot of people. But they were criminals. So they didn't help anybody, not even themselves. Now they're going to prison. I think that is so crazy. And Ron is from Buford. Like, he lived in Buford, and they had this whole thing going, and people would send them money, and they would tell the people that they were investing the money into cattle and weed. And so everybody's excited by it. Not everybody. Some people are excited about investing in marijuana because, if you can smoke a cigarette, I guess people feel like, well, you can smoke some weed, to me, they both give you the same effect, right? I've never heard anybody who said I smoked a joint and I just lost my mind. I haven't. They smoke the joint and they mellow out. People who smoke cigarettes do the same thing. They get nervous, they get anxious, they smoke a cigarette, they mellow out. They smoke after they eat. Marijuana makes you want to eat after you smoke, so that's a different effect. But a lot of people are excited about the possibility of making money in the marijuana business, and I guess apparently the cattle business as well, because they were able to send him $650 million in a 2 year period. Where did he find these people? Like, for real. Because I have an investment club that I'm starting for real, legitimately, though. I'm not playing. I'm not even taking that many people. Like, it's going to be a small... Listen, the Wise Women Invest podcast is launching. And I'm going to be doing... we're going to be talking about investments and all of that stuff. Insurance, stock market, cryptocurrency, marijuana, real estate, all of that. And so we have 3 membership tiers. Free, where you can come on there and learn from the community. We have another paid membership model tier where you can learn, be on our monthly calls and learn stuff there. And then we have the 3rd tier where you can actually be an investor in our investment club. So I ain't even playing. And that's capped at 250. That's it. Like, once we hit 250, the door shuts. You can only be a part of the regular membership or the level up membership. But that's because I don't want to have to manage millions of funds for. I don't want to have to manage a fund with millions of people and get lost in the sauce. We want to be able to pull together our team and manage our assets and invest in real stuff. But we want to also be able to have our monthly meetings with our people so they can see what's going on. Because it's going to be transparency, because I don't want to lose my license. A licensed investor, I don't want to lose my license. I don't want to lose my securities license. I don't want to use my insurance license. So I had to do things on the up and up. But these guys, apparently they were not licensed and they were not on the up and up. So they stole $650 million. Yeah. I want to give a shout out to Good Day Gwinnett. Yeah, it's so cool. Like, when I first heard about her on Good Day Gwinnett, it is a young lady, which I thought was pretty doggone cool. Her name is her name is Tamika Parrish. She's a realtor here in Gwinnett County. I'm going to bring her on the show to talk about real estate in Gwinnett County, because y'all know I love Gwinnett County. I talk about it all the time. But she has launched a blog called Good Day Gwinnett, which I thought was pretty cool, because it kind of complements Good Morning Gwinnett. And to me, in my mind, I reached out to say, hey, listen, there could be an extension for us to kind of collaborate, because she does Good Day Gwinnett. I do Good Morning Gwinnett. She has more information about the local areas, restaurants and schools and lifestyle, and I talk a little bit about that stuff, but I talk more about news and things that's happening like right now. She talk about the best places to eat, the best places to go on a date, and I thought that was pretty cool. So check out Good Day Gwinnett. It's just launching. Her name is Tamika Parrish. She's a realtor. Now, if you're looking to come to Gwinnett and buy a house, you might want to check her out. Listen, I'm only letting you know that she's a realtor. I have not used her service yet, but I have met her on Instagram. We had some exchanges. We thought that it'd be kind of good to promote each other. Good Morning Gwinnett, Good Day Gwinnett. I thought that was pretty cool. But I'm going to try to get her on the show to come on and talk about our real estate market. It is hot. My brother right now has been trying to buy a house since November in Gwinnett County. Now, granted, he's not just trying to buy any house. Let me just say that. My brother's not trying to just buy any house. So his house has some very specific things that they must have in them, and it's a little bit harder because people are dropping cash payments for houses right now. Like, he saw one house that he loved. The house was $440. He got approved for the loan and everything. He was about to put a contract on the house. Somebody came right behind him and paid cash, $440, right out the gate. Perfect house for him, swimming pool, everything he wanted, $440. So I'm going to see if I can get Tamika to come on the show. She is the owner of Good Day Gwinnett. I'm the owner of Good Morning Gwinnett. I'm going to see if I can get her to come on the show and talk about the real estate market here in Gwinnett County. Of course, y'all know how I love our school systems. I'm talking about that all the time. And so I'm always talking about how great it is here to live in Gwinnett. It's beautiful. I was in Boston over the weekend, and I was telling them, they were asking me. Someone asked me about living in Gwinnett County. I was like, I love it here. It's beautiful. I was with my brother yesterday, who's been here since November. He's like, I ain't gonna even lie, Audrey. I love it here, and I've been trying to get him here for 8 years. It took me almost 8 years to get him here. He finally got here. Now he says he love it. But I've been saying that all along, and so. I'm going to see if I can get Tamika on. In the meantime, she's going to be posting new content on her website, Good Day Gwinnett. I'm going to see if I can get her on to come on and talk about, the real estate market, what you should be looking for, talk more about our school systems here in Gwinnett County, talk about listen, somebody was asking me, is there good places to eat here in Gwinnett County? I was like, there are so many places to eat in Gwinnett County. It's confusing. It really is. Like, if you could probably think of anything you want to eat and go find somewhere to eat it. The first time I ever ate curry chicken, I was here. I had never eaten curry chicken before. I ate it and fell in love with curry chicken. Fell in love with it. So there's a lot going on in Gwinnett County, and I'm so happy to collaborate with Tamika Parrish, the owner of Good Day Gwinnett. And, and if anything I could do to help her, create a blog and move it along, hopefully she'll start a podcast. She could probably cover things that I don't have the time to cover because I cover so much stuff. I cover the news, up-to-date news, up-to-the-minute news, and then I give you, the entertainment on the front end with the national holiday and the word of the horoscope for the day. All right, so listen, that's all I got for you. I'll be back in a few minutes to give you my inspiration for the day, so stay tuned. Welcome back. So listen, guys, that's all I got for you today. But before I go, I want to give you my word of inspiration. And here goes. I think this is a good one. They all are good, though, but this is a really good one. Here goes. I never dreamed about success. I worked for it. Let me say that again. I never dreamed about success. I worked for it. Estee Lauder said that, and oh my God, how powerful that was. You know, sometimes you can sit back and dream, but dreams don't get you anywhere. It's the action that gets you where you want to go, right? You have to take massive action to get where you want to go. And sometimes that means that you just got to do things you don't want to do. Dreaming about a thing and doing a thing is something totally different. You can dream all day long. I'm a Pisces. I daydream a lot. But here's what I can tell you. I work a lot. I work a lot. My husband said to me yesterday, it was about 7 o'clock. He's like, still working? I said, yep, I'm trying to get some things done. Got to make it happen. And so I work a lot. So there's one thing to dream about success, but there's another thing to do the thing to get you to that where you want to go and be successful. You have to put in the time. You have to learn the necessary skills. You have to find the right people. You have to make sure your business is set up the right way. All of these things go into being successful. And I'm going to be talking about some things that happened to me that I thought were in place that weren't. Like I talked about my website not being jacked up, but on the back end, under the hood, there were things that I didn't know that should have been going on that were not going on. And so that's when you bring in people that know what they're talking about and know what they're doing to help you make that happen. And so, sometimes you have to say, you know what? I'm going to put my stake in the ground. This is where I want to be. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put in the hard work. I'm going to do the things I got to do. I'm going to do the hard things I don't want to do. I'm going to do the things that nobody else is doing so I can become the success I want to be. Yeah, you can dream it or you can do it. Which one you want to do? Thank you again for listening. You could be anywhere in the world, but you spent the last 53 minutes with me. I love and appreciate you the life for that. Be sure to follow me on Facebook at Good Morning Gwinnett. Follow me on Instagram at Good Morning Gwinnett. And follow me on the Twitter at GM Gwinnett. Also, if you listen to the show on Apple Podcasts, find your favorite 2 episodes. Give them 5 stars. I love you to life for that as well. Be sure to download the app from the App Store. Whether you got an Android phone or Apple phone, I have an app for that for Good Morning Gwinnett. Download the app. And also download the Good Morning Gwinnett, the Noise Media app too, Noise Media Network app, because that way you can see all of the videos. Like if you missed the videos to this, now they're on Good Morning Gwinnett on the Noise Media side under My Gwinnett. So if you go to Noise Media, download the app from the App Store, Noise Media Network. Download that app from the App Store. Click on My Gwinnett, and the videos are going to play there. All the videos from past shows. So make sure to check that out as well. I'll be back again tomorrow at 10 a.m. God willing. I have a guest. I got more horoscopes for you, brought to you by Know the Astrology Micah Thoughts. And I got your National Day coming up, but I also got a guest tomorrow. And I think I missed my guest last week. My guest canceled or something, but I'll be back again tomorrow to bring you more of all of that good stuff. So listen, hug your family. Tell them that you love them. Make sure to stay safe still. If you have not got vaccinated, keep your mask on, because right now, coronavirus is still out there. And from what I'm reading, it's probably never going to go anywhere. It's going to be like the flu. It comes every year, except for this one has no time frame. It just shows up. We thought that last summer when it got hot, it would disappear. It got worse. More people got it last summer than anything. So keep your mask on, wash your hands, stay sanitized, keep your social distance, especially if you're not vaccinated. I'll be back again tomorrow at 9 a.m. God willing. Until next time, y'all. Until next time, make it a great day. Bye now. Stay safe.
You've been listening to Good Morning Gwinnett. Make sure to tune in Monday through Thursday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time to find out what's happening around Gwinnett. If you like this episode, subscribe now and share with your friends. To learn more about Noise Media Network, visit noisemedia.us.